Good day my little robins, it's me Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from me, and this week I'm going to be discussing with you guys my personal pros and cons of writing fan fiction, because I write a lot of fan fiction on Wattpad and Tumblr. If you didn't know that, well you know now. I'm going to be sharing with you just 5 pros and 5 cons in this video. Before we dive right in, click like already if you like me, and click subscribe to support me because I upload every Friday. Yeah, let's just jump right in. First pro, I think, of writing fan fiction, and that is, it brings together, people into a community, whether or not, they ship certain characters and like pairings together, or, they have like a favourite TV show or film, that they just want to find out, more information, about the characters or the minor characters, and fanfiction is this amazing place which opens you to so many possibilities. Now, personally, I got into fanfiction because I wanted to, see if there was any fanfiction about minor characters I liked in a TV show, because I have so many favourite minor characters who don't get a lot of attention in the TV show, but I found out they were loved in the fanfiction verse, and I found a lot of fanfiction, so yeah, the first pro is it connects people. The second pro of writing fanfiction is you can get some bloody brilliant writers, who capture a moment, perfectly. You'll be reading and it will knock you off your feet. It's so good, A good writer will hook you from the very first word to the very last word. I have been known, to be like, oh, this fanfiction's got 40 chapters. I'm only going to read 2 chapters and then I'm going to go to sleep. I'll start reading and then, it'll be 4 AM and I'll have finished the fanfiction, and I have no guilt. I, salute the writers who can, bring us into this world of these characters. You guys are awesome. I'm also a fanfiction writer, though I wouldn't consider myself, to be some of the greats, but I do. I have like 2,000 followers on Wattpad and like 3,000 followers on Tumblr. Links will be, all my social media are in the description box below. But I think that is a very important pro, and that is there are some amazing writers within this world. The third pro of writing fanfiction is it gives the writers a chance to experiment with certain aspects of their writing that, they might not, it might not be one of their strong points. For example, it allows us to play, with language, character point of views, words, big words, small words, smut, fluff. Personally, as a writing student, that's right, I studied creative writing at university. Fanfiction was a chance for me, to put the feelers out there to kind of, get the rust off my writing skills and, experiment with different genres. I started writing YouTuber fanfiction. I've now moved over to band fanfiction. This is a very scary world, but I was welcomed. And when I experiment with my writing, I love to get feedback from my readers, and they are so nice. But yeah, that's the third pro of writing fanfiction, is it gives a writer a chance to experiment. The fourth pro of writing fanfiction is the canon already gives you a whole bunch of characters to play with. You don't have to create a character from scratch unless you're creating an OC. Then yeah, you have to create that character from scratch, but fanfiction, that's the only problem. I think some people will be able to twist this point saying, oh, that's a negative, you're not being original, you're taking like a real person or like a TV character or a film character, it's not your own creation. But, that's fanfiction for you. Characters have already been made, whether or not they're made up or real people. I have no qualms with this, but I know some people will twist it. But yeah, doesn't make me a lazy writer. I have written some amazing original characters in my screenplays, just not so much in the fanfiction world. Although I've created some interesting OCs. That's the fourth pro of writing fanfiction. is there's already a whole canon of characters and people to pick from, and it kind of takes some of the hard work out. And the fifth and final pro point I want to mention is as the franchise expands, or the band release new music, there is so much more information at our fingertips that we can use to take this new information and insert it into, like, say, an ongoing fan fiction, or who knows, this new information, some new characters, some new music, some new interviews might just spark ideas to create a whole new fan fiction. That's probably the most important pro of writing fan fiction, is that it's kind of never ending. There's always something new, some new theories, some conspiracy theories, some new characters, some new music. Yeah, I just love writing fan fiction. That's all I'm going to say on the pro side. Now we have to move on to the con side of writing fan fiction. The first con of writing fan fiction is trolls, and I'm not talking about that really cute animated film. No, I'm talking about trolls, that hide behind a keyboard. The more grammar mistakes and factual inaccuracies in your writing will just draw people to your fan fiction, and some of the comments might be nice, but you'll also get the people out there that will start, ripping into your writing, saying you're awful, that you shouldn't be doing this. Don't give trolls a reason, to hate on you. That's the first con, trolls. The second con of writing fan fiction is feeling pressured by your readers, to constantly update, despite the fact that you have a schedule. I currently have enough fan fictions on the go that I'm doing 1 update a week, so I'm doing 7 updates a week. That's 1 a day. That's a lot of writing, considering the fact that I do like 2,000 words per chapter, and it can kind of take the fun out of writing fan fiction. Is when, as soon as I update a chapter, the first comment will be, "Oh my god, you need to update more," and I'm like, "Excuse me, you're gonna have to wait a week for the next update." It used to really get to me, the pressure, and so I would constantly put out updates, but now I'm like, I've got a schedule, you've seen the schedule, you'll have to wait a week for an update. But readers can put pressure to constantly update, and if you let it get to you, it'll get to you. You've just got to think, create a schedule, and it'll shut them up. Third con of writing fan fiction, and I think this is very crucial, and it is not being taken seriously as a writer by, say, non-fiction writers. I know a lot of friends who I went to university with, are writing non-fiction stories, and we'll have conversations, and I don't actually bring up the fact that I write fan fiction, because someone brought up the fact they wrote fan fiction once, and oh my god, they became like the topic of humiliation for the rest of the evening. So I just sat there I is not dropping the bombshell. Well, if you're watching this video, I'm dropping the bombshell. I write fan fiction. But I think it's the curse that, because of the fact that the characters aren't really original, the plots are already there. Yeah, some people can say fan fiction isn't real writing, which I think is bullshit, because some people put so much effort into their stories. I understand where it's coming from, but most fanfiction writers, if you actually look on their pages, they do have original stories alongside it, which do get reads, but they're more known for fanfiction. Quite frankly, I want to tell you, to go up yourselves. I like fanfiction, I'm not going to stop writing it. The fourth con of writing fanfiction is having to research your characters, so you can get all their traits right, how they would speak, what they like, what they dislike. Now this could be a disadvantage to some, having to do research, and this could quell the point before that, fanfiction isn't real writing. But I do a lot of research, especially if I'm writing about a real person, like a YouTuber or a band member. I want to have all the facts at my fingertips so that no one in the comments can call me out for being a fake fan or getting something wrong. I can spend hours researching, watching interviews, watching bloopers, to see if I can take little bits and put them into my story. Research, it can be a curse and a blessing. It's also a con, but it's also a pro, but it's more of a con because it takes extra time. The fifth and final con, which kind of links to my fifth pro. Yeah, I'm, doing a bit of a leap or connection between the two. And my final pro was, the wealth of new information as a franchise expands. But that can also be a con, because with this new information, you might have to change your whole story, which can suck. Personally, I've never done that. I always try and find a way, if it's an ongoing story, to insert the new information into my ongoing fanfiction. Yeah, it can suck, and I have seen so many good writers, fall at this hurdle where, they thought their story was going in one direction, and then suddenly, they have to change the whole plot, and I'm like, oh, don't let it get to you. It's a curse and a blessing when you're writing about a subject, a person, a TV show, or a film, or, music that's still going. It's a blessing and a curse, just like I said before. Fanfiction is a blessing and a curse. That just ends my pros and cons of writing fanfiction video. In the comments below, I would love to hear your guys' pros and cons of writing fanfiction. If you guys write any fanfiction, leave a link so I can check out your fanfiction. All the links to my social media, including my fanfiction Tumblr and Wattpad, are in the description box below, so go check it out. Give me some feedback. While you're down there, don't forget to click like, click subscribe to support. Until next week, I am Beth. Goodbye.